You are watching WOC Concrete Talks.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Concrete Talks. Today, we have the privilege of hosting an inspiring leader and visionary in the construction industry, Mr. S.J. Vijay, the chairman of Salmonleap Hommission. His leadership, under his leadership, Salmonleap Hommission has been at the forefront of innovation, transforming, and how we think about the modular construction. The company's flagship 3D monolithic, a volumetric precast technology is redefining the modular construction in India by making it faster, more sustainable, and cost effective. With strong commitment to the sustainability and partnership with the industry leaders like Ultratech Cement, Salmon Leap is making a significant strides towards achieving the vision of Vikasit Bharat, a developed India. Mr. Vijay brings a of expertise and visionary approach to integrating technology, sustainability, and policy in infrastructure development. His contribution has earned Salmon Leap a recognition as a leader in driving futuristic and impactful construction solutions. Welcome, Mr. Vijay. It's an honor to have you with us today.
Arti, that was wonderful. It is almost like me discovering myself and Salmon Leap discovering itself. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Starting with our interview, my first question to you would be: how does Simon Leaf's 3D monolithic volumetric precast technology enhance the modular construction? And what challenges have you faced in scaling this method in India?
Yeah, when we say 3D monolithic, modular, or volumetric construction, it sounds like a foreign language, Arti. But in simple terms, if we have to connect to all this as common people like you and I, it is simply manufacturing RCC buildings. Now, manufacturing
Go.
has been happening for a long time, Arti, right from Second World War time or even before that. People have been attempting to figure out how do we move the construction away from manual into manufacturing. And
Right.
they have been succeeding for decades. The two-dimensional or the segmental precast, or the prefabricated buildings with steel or cross-laminated timber has been there for a long, long
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
What is different when we talk about monolithic, modular, volumetric construction is it is like in cell phone we had 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G. In
Okay.
construction or manufacturing the building also, it has been jumping from one level to another. So in
Hmm.
simple, very, very simple terms, when we say three-dimensional, monolithic, modular precast, we are now able to manufacture a whole room at
Hmm.
one single pour, which means a five-sided concrete room is made at one go. So
Oh,
what have we
great.
done? Why is it the industry is so keenly, asking for it? Is because, as you and I know, from the
Hmm.
world of concrete and whatever we have been doing, construction has been manual.
Right.
Construction value chain has been fragmented. you know, Dig the land and prepare for the foundation, pour the footing, and then bring it up to column, and then go into plinth beam, and then raise the column, then put the slab, then fill in with hollow block. That's how we have been doing construction, right, Arti?
Exactly.
Now,
Hmm.
can we do all this fragmentation? Can we integrate all it and go at one shot? Can we make the whole room? So,
Hmm.
move away from manual to manufacturing, and manufacturing should be not bit by bit or piece by piece. It should be
Hmm.
integrated and monolithic. So
Okay.
these are fundamentally two. Then the third dimension which we are attacking is Because it is fragmented, Arti, we end
Hmm.
up doing चाल नहीं है बोलते हैं ना,
Hmm.
construction site में बोलते हैं चाल नहीं है सब, क्या करूं? Now,
Right.
what is चाल? Because unless the first step is finished, the second step cannot be done. So we were,
Hmm.
we were manual. We were doing things in a fragmented manner and also sequential, one after another. So what we did was, let us A, manufacture, B, manufacture it at as monolithic, one single piece, not piece by piece, and do it at one go, which means
Got it.
manufacturing and modular and all at one go. So that is the fundamental difference. Hence, you eliminated a lot of issues. You minimize the need for labor because
Hmm.
machine is now doing most of the jobs the labor used to do. We don't get construction labor anymore.
Hmm.
One.
Right.
Two, all those man-made errors and which we used to cover up with plaster because it
Hmm.
is machine-made. Quality is guaranteed.
Hmm.
Because you're manufacturing, you can guarantee the time. Because you're doing it much faster, your price points are predictable. So
Right.
essentially, Arti, by shifting from manual to manufacturing at the whole room at one go, we are changing the very paradigm of construction. That is what
Okay.
is giving it all the advantages. That is why, whether it is government, whether it is private sector, whether it is defense sector, and even individuals, today in
Hmm.
Bangalore, individuals are placing order for their homes to be designed, engineered, manufactured in front of them, put on a trailer, brought to their plot, and installed. So,
Right.
today you are
Hmm.
able to go into the app. We have an app. They go into
Okay.
the app and say, this is my plot, give me the plan. We give them the plan. Then they say, "Oh, show me the 3D view of it." We show it. Then we also give
Hmm.
them, if required, a VR, virtual reality view of it. They place the order and we ask them, because
Hmm.
I think a 2,400 square foot bungalow is
Hmm.
essentially, with one machine, I can make it in 8 days. With two
Okay.
machines, I manufacture in 4 days. So what used to take months and months, sometimes years for somebody to build their house, today they get it manufactured in front of their eyes in 1 week.
Hmm.
So
That's great.
that is what is the kind of benefit or value it delivers, whether it is for an individual home builder or a developer or a contractor or government project or even military engineering services and defense projects. Arti.
That's actually amazing approach, I would say. Like modular construction is, I would like to say it's an indeed a game changer. And it's exciting to hear about the innovation in the technology, in a precast technology, I would like to say. I could you like explain more on specific challenges in implementing this in India, such as dynamics or market expectations.
The first and foremost, not a challenge, Arti, that we
Hmm.
need to do is we need to get any of these first examined, evaluated, appraised, and approved by the respective authorities.
Okay.
Because the lives and activities are inside these structures which we manufacture. So,
Hmm.
having done the first manufacturing of a 5-story, 20 apartment building for
Hmm.
Tata Housing in 33 days in 2016, we did go through the whole process of this being evaluated by the Technology Appraisal Committee set up by Government of India. It
Great.
studied, and though it is used from 1997 abroad, for as far as
Hmm.
Indian conditions are concerned, it had to be
Hmm.
evaluated. In this kind of a thing, the, the module is great. It is the same concrete, same reinforcement steel. What about the connections? That is what was key. And in precast, leakage used to be a problem. How are we eliminating the leakage by design? So they studied it from 2016 to 2019. We went through this whole exercise. And by 2019, when Government of India approved and recommended the ready manufactured buildings as a preferred one, be it for government, all types of projects, all heights of buildings in all zones up to seismic zone 4, when they put out the circular, that was not a challenge. That was the first critical step so
Right.
that we can confidently go out and whoever is availing this also is
Hmm.
confident. So that was challenge one. Second thing you mentioned was about cost.
Yeah.
Yes, the building as a product may be coming faster. It is better because it is machine made. It is stronger because we are using M40 grade concrete, which is like a flyover grade concrete.
Right.
And we are having reinforcement at every square foot of the structure. Despite being faster, better, stronger in Indian condition, unless you match the price per square foot, people
Great.
won't be able to afford.
Hmm.
Maybe some small segment will afford, but you won't get the scale. And it took us. That is where you were, in one of your questions, you were mentioning how
Hmm.
does Ultratech help?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So those tie-ups are
That was my second question, actually.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so, so, those are the things you need to overcome. Like you correctly said, how do we get the regulatory approval? And
Hmm.
how do we meet the market expectation in terms of cost per square foot or price per square foot? And most importantly, when you say I am manufacturing building, how the hell are you going to manufacture and transport a whole room?
Yeah.
Transporting a whole room can be a room on a road will be
Right.
funny, right?
Yeah.
It is not
Yeah.
something easy and it is going to be cost intensive and maybe wasteful transportation. Those are the things we overcame over these 10 years of effort. From 2015, we started, now we are in 2024. And we actually began a little before that. So in a decade, we have gone through this. And today, if I
Hmm.
may share with you, Arti, other than the projects we have already delivered, residential delivered, institutional building manufactured on site, erected for Goa new airport. We have,
Hmm.
manufactured and erected a police station for Goa police. Done.
Yes.
We have manufactured a open plan office, each floor plate of 20,000, manufactured and erected, done. We are manufacturing buildings for Indian Air Force. We are manufacturing buildings which are very highly technical, radar buildings, which are
Hmm.
slender, 7-story tall structures. We are manufacturing and will be erecting it shortly. All this has been done, and the market, Indian market, is very, very sharp and responsive. Today, our team is working on about 70 plus projects
Great.
from about 40 odd customers. I don't know how much of it we will win, but we are working, we are designing and engineering
Hmm.
projects totaling to about close to 18 million square foot, 17 different states. If somebody says construction, there is a hesitation to adopt change. No, you need to prove to them what you are bringing is of
Hmm.
value. Once you establish the value, once you ensure it is a better one, the market does respond. So that is the
Right.
good news. That is the good news upfront.
Great. 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 There's lot that we can speak on this. Moving forward, as you mentioned about the Ultratech cement, yes, that was my second question with you. That how your partnership with Ultratech Cement advance in innovation in construction, in concrete technology, particularly in achieving the sustainability infrastructure goals.
Mm, when we talk about ultra tech,
Hmm.
Arti, just to give you a perspective, just one company of India, Ultratech,
Hmm.
today, its capacity to manufacture the cement is about going close to 150 million tons per annum. Now, just get a
Okay.
perspective. The total cement manufacturing capacity of all the companies in the United States of America
Hmm.
is less than the capacity of one company of India, which happens to be the number one. So why I am saying this
Great.
is it is not just size, the
Hmm.
R&D, the countrywide presence of ready mix concrete plants. They currently have over 300 ready mix concrete plants across, and they have an app, and they have a field force, and their R&D is continuously working on how do I refine the material, how do I bring in sustainability. Now, the reason why we went and signed a strategic alliance with Ultratech was because when we manufacture buildings, do I manufacture in one central location and transport it? Can, but it is
Hmm.
not the sensible one, Arti.
Right.
If there are 350 ready mix concrete plants of Ultratech all over India, all that
Hmm.
I need to do is I take my mold, which we call as the micro factory, we take
Hmm.
it and put it right inside the RMC plant. So the ready mix concrete manufactured by Ultratech, as per their quality standards, meeting all the sustainability requirements which are prescribed, it gets poured into my mold. My micro factory turns it into a building. The building gets onto the trailer and goes. So now what Ultratech brings is their R&D, their efforts on sustainability, their
Hmm.
presence in the market, their network, their credibility. Because,
Hmm.
we started working together way back in 2018.
Hmm.
By the time we signed the strategic alliance agreement, they did put us through all due diligence, 6 years. After 6 years of due diligence, we signed the strategic alliance agreement with Ultratech.
Got
So
it.
for me, I have the ability to manufacture, place to manufacture, the material I need to manufacture the building as a product, and the network through which I can reach this new line of product, whether it is for individual home builder or the government or the corporates, developers, contractors. It all is one single channel that is available to take it across. You talked about the Viksit Bharat. And if
Hmm.
you have to reach the Bharat, Viksit Bharat remote areas, I have a ready-made, readily established partner like Ultratech. Yeah. That
Yeah.
is that is why we are able to scale and go across the segments and across the geographies, Arti.
Great. 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 Definitely, this collaboration is going to bring a lot of innovation, I would say, in sustainable infrastructure goals that we are looking forward for. As you mentioned about Vikasit Bharat, of course, my third question would be interlinked to this, like what are the logistical and economic benefits of using modular, mobile, or micro factories for on demand construction, and how do they contribute to our Vikasit Bharat plan?
Yes, Arti, for 1 minute, if we, for discussion purpose, agree these two words they used to refer to our country. One
Yeah.
side they called it India, other side they called it Bharat.
Yeah.
So the economists and other people were saying the developed part of our country is India, and
Yeah.
not so developed part of our country is Bharat.
Bharat.
Today,
Yeah.
today we have mobilized the courage to say it will not be Vikasit India. We are saying Vikasit Bharat.
Bharat. Right.
All of it is going to be developed, which means we are suddenly talking about not the tier one cities, we are talking about tier two, tier three, and if there is a tier four, we are talking about that also, which means this manufacturing of building as a product
Hmm.
necessarily has to be done, so to say, in every nook and corner of.
Hmm.
If we have little more than 700 districts in the country, every single district should have a facility, an arrangement, a factory to manufacture building as a product.
Right.
First premise. Second premise is why? Why is it required? Because transporting concrete elements, precast elements, is avoidable if you can. That is what we took as a goal. Manufacturing building, yes. Manufacturing building as monolithic, we brought in. Manufacturing buildings at site without transporting element is the third dimension. Then when it came to Vikasit Bharat remote areas, we knew the building manufacturing factory should be modularized, should
Mm-hmm.
be made mobile, it should become a micro factory.
Oh, got it.
So now we have a building manufacturing factory which just gets onto a trailer, goes from city to city as required, and stays there, manufactures the building, whether it is a 20,000 square foot or a 2 lakh square foot or a 2 million square foot.
Hmm.
Our micro factories go as one or a cluster of more than one, manufacture the building at site, deliver, and get out. So for Viksit Bharat, we should have, like we talked about, the golden days, we talked about
Hmm.
Swarajya.
Okay.
Swarajya was a self-governance.
Hmm.
We should be able to do the Swarajya equivalent in manufacturing. Every
Right.
district should have its own manufacturing, which means you have to have a micro factory which is mobile. It is not
Hmm.
going to be lost in place. You put 1 crore or 2 crore investment and it is not getting market, so you are suffering losses. No, if the market needs, it should go there, do the work, and move out. So that
Hmm.
is what we have done by saying modularized mobile micro factory.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that is how we are, addressing the challenge of reaching the remotest part of India,
Hmm.
manufacturing the buildings it needs, whether it is rural infra, whether it is a school, whether it is a, building or a housing or a hospital, whatever you need, it can manufacture, install in, in the remotest part of India. That is how we are connecting to the goals of Government of India. So we are essentially saying, Bharat ko banao
Great.
in terms of building. That's what
Yeah,
we are saying.
it's nice.
Internally, that's what we say. Like,
Hmm.
the government is pushing all, and somebody has to do the action on ground. Not
Right.
selecting, I will only do the, tier one cities, mega cities. Mega
Hmm.
cities, there are many people to do. Let us
Do right.
go where nobody goes, is the hope and aspiration with which we are moving, Aarti.
So I would say your this approach about micro factories is more, and I would say it is especially for localized constructions. Like, it will definitely benefit them. And of course, Vikasit Bharat is what we are looking forward, and Bharat Ko Banao is definitely going to work with this. Moving forward, my fourth question to you will be, as an organization involved in policy implementation, how do you integrate the regulatory frameworks with on the ground solutions to meet India's infrastructure's need?
Aarti, because
Mhm.
I have been involved with the so-called policy framing and turning the policy into
Mhm.
project and executing the project since about 2024 years I have been in this space. But the good news is, not many people will realize it. Good news is, it is no more regulation as far as India is concerned. You look at the spirit of these guys. Who is pushing, saying, move away from manual construction into manufacturing? It is Government of India.
Right.
Which country in the world brought all the construction technologies available, and through a challenge saying Global Housing Technology Challenge, and conducted a 3-day event led by the Honorable Prime Minister himself in 2019? And they didn't stop there. They selected and then they awarded projects, asked them to do it. learn what it takes to do it in India, share that experience. So is it regulation policy wise? No. This country is going beyond regulation and looking at enabling. The government guys are not regulating, not controlling. They are enabling us to do things. That is where we are. And so
Great.
I don't think there is a challenge of regulation. How do you actually work with the government and enable them to actualize what they have announced as the vision? Because Bharat is the ultimate one, right? In your
Yes.
lifetime, if in your lifetime, Arti, if this country can be the most developed, and I think that requires us to go every nook and corner and do. So regulation is past. India is now asking or doing things which enables us. I
Okay.
don't think whether it is Home Mission or anybody in the construction market could have done what they are doing, whether it is building so many kilometers of highway in a day. In infrastructure, in superstructure phase, we are saying we can manufacture any type of building, anywhere, any size, at any time. All this was possible because the government did not control, did not regulate. It actually enabled us. That is my reading. That is my experience.
Great. Great, great. But as you mentioned that this regulatory term was removed from 2019, right? So here I would like to ask you, like, would you share the examples that how your team navigates regulatory challenges before that, especially when aligning with the national level infrastructure goals? Before 2019, there were some policies, definitely. So what were the challenges there and how you came over it?
It is not only regulation. In terms of regulation,
Hmm.
I think government did not really encourage or push
Okay.
any technology into
Hmm.
construction. They were going by the established schedule of rates. They were going
Hmm.
by the established modes of manual construction. But
Hmm.
suddenly, like the Prime Minister clearly summarized, the size, the scale, the scope, and the
Hmm.
skill required to build India took a
Right.
leap, jump.
Right.
And when you increase the size and scale and then speed required to deliver is suddenly coming in, you
Hmm.
look for new ways of doing things. And that is what, kind of made the government of India listen to what Prime Minister. I don't know if you look in 2017 somewhere in August.
Okay.
2017 August, Prime Minister talked about 3D.
Hmm.
He went to the press and said, "Why are we not doing 3D?
Okay.
I am saying, housing for all, and you guys are not able to deliver. Why are you not delivering? Why can't you adopt new ones?" That was the trigger,
Hmm.
where suddenly they said, "Look, we will do whatever it takes, ensure the construction happens, the manufacturing of buildings, if required, let it be done. And
Okay.
whatever codal requirements and changes and schedule of rates, they put a lot of effort. Central
Hmm.
Public Works Department put a lot of effort to issue the schedule of rates for these kind of new manufacturing or manufactured buildings, be it precast, be it prefabricated, be it any other form. Government of
Hmm.
India did that, right? So
Great.
today all of us
Hmm.
are coming to world of concrete and very
Hmm.
proudly walk around because the government is opening it, government is pushing for it. That is why we are able to do it.
Hmm. Exactly. Great. Great. So, moving towards our last question of the interview, I would like to understand some future trends in modular construction. So, with the increasing adoption of modular construction and digital tools, what trends do you foresees in India construction sector, and how is Simon Lee preparing for this changes?
Yeah, Arti, as you know, whether it is making the infrastructure for a country of India's dimension,
Hmm.
or building the built environment, the buildings themselves
Hmm.
for 1.4 billion people is a different scale and a different game. Now, what
Right.
have we done so far? Thanks to government and thanks to technologies, we are making the first shift at the core level from manual, fragmented, sequential construction into
Hmm.
manufacturing the buildings at one go and erecting them. This is all we have done. Now, look, at the cycle value chain. What about design? What about first master planning? What about the design of the structure? What about the engineering of the structure? What about the approvals? What about monitoring when we are manufacturing and erecting the management of the project? And
Hmm.
then how do you actually operate, whether it is a hotel or a house or apartment or a hospital? How do you operate? All these places, we have fantastic, very well matured digital technologies.
Great.
Whether it
Hmm.
is today, Indian startups have digital tools which can fly a
Right.
drone
Hmm.
without an operator, automatically do the survey, come back, overlay that visual survey onto the
Hmm.
revenue map, and then tell you what is the development control regulation, how much you build. Those things are there again in Indian startups. We are not copying somewhere else. We are not adopting. We are making
Hmm.
it. So it is currently at a point, all the digital technologies matured certain level. The physical side of making the building was taking its time. It has come together. Hence, soon, maybe
Hmm.
in another 1 or 2 or 3 years, we will see how people are taking from identification of the land to planning to design to engineering to manufacturing, erection, operation, and maintenance, all done in
Yeah.
in an integrated manner. That's where we will go. Now, when we go
Hmm.
there, the next level that will come is you would be able to order your building.
Okay.
Like you order your cell phone or an automobile, you
Hmm.
should be able to order your building. And possibly, Arti, like I told many people,
Hmm.
India did not have enough food to feed its people. It has become food factory of the world today.
Yeah.
It didn't
Right.
have enough. It didn't have enough pharmaceuticals. Today, we are the pharma factory of the world. Maybe, Arti, it's a prayer that we also will become the buildings factory of the world,
Oh, that
because we
definitely
have the
that is the
market.
future of the
We
industry.
have the market. We have the
Hmm.
government which is saying, go for it. We have the
Hmm.
digital guys who are doing it. The digital and physical technologies in construction is
Hmm.
converging. The market is big. And we're talking
Right.
about 3 crore houses for people to be done in the next 4 years. Or which country has announced 30 million houses? Which country has taken out 2.2 trillion rupee in the first budget put on table?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So that means we are not only stopping at Bharat ko banao,
Hmm.
Bharat ko bana ke shayad be the one who will make any country when they need it. Our people running the global enterprise, running other countries is
Hmm.
great. But can we
Great.
get down to the ground level? Can we create employment? Can we create Indian construction workforce, the most sought after anywhere in the world? Can we manufacture the buildings as a product and ship all over the place? China has
Hmm.
been doing it.
Yeah. Right.
Why can't we? Why shouldn't we? So that is what
Definitely.
that is what we are hoping we will be able to achieve. Maybe World of Concrete will. The headquarters will be India.
I hope finger crossed for this thing.
Yeah, I am with you.
Definitely.
I am with you. Yeah.
it I would say this discussion is like leading to the future of the industry. uh I have truly enjoyed our conversation today. It has been one of my, I would say this would be added in one of my favorite Concrete Talk interview. You have shared immense knowledge regarding the modular construction, sustainability, your upcoming about Vikasit Bharat, Bharat Banao, and many more things. And definitely people are going to learn a lot from this interview. I would like to take a minute and thank you, Mr. Vijay, for sharing your invaluable insights today. And Salmon Leap Home Mission Journey and innovatives are truly paving the way of innovation in construction industry. And I'm looking forward that we hope to continue this kind of conversations uh, with the upcoming new innovations in the construction industry from your end, your organization, and so we can have more such interviews in future and witness the impact of your transformative work. Thank you once again for joining us on Concrete Talk.
Thank you, Arti. Thank you for the opportunity. It does give me an opportunity to share the thought, and I think you are the best medium. If we all come together, and it will happen, and that's what we need. It is not one
Exactly.
company or one man's effort. It has
Mhm.
to be, all of us together. Let's push, and we will make it happen. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.